Hello, and welcome to My Point of View Movie Reviews. Now, today's review is for a Netflix movie, In the Tall Grass, based on a Stephen King novel. This movie was directed by Vincenzo Natali. Now, I never read the book. I guess it was like a little magazine horror story in two different parts. Later on became a novella, I believe, but I never heard of this story. And like with Stephen King, hit or miss, some are made for the big screen and some are made just for streaming. This was a perfect movie to stay home during Halloween month and watch. Now, I had a choice. I could have went and seen Maleficent. I could have went and seen Zombieland, Double Tap. I chose to stay home and save some monies and just chill on the couch and see what Netflix had to offer. And to my surprise, a nice little mystery thriller, not so much horror, film appeared last night on Netflix. And to give you the premise of this story, brother and sister are leaving home. They're in their early 20s and driving to San Diego to take care of some business. You realize that the sister's pregnant, and at first you don't know that they're brother and sister. It's a weird dynamic. That's another story within itself. But they pull over because she gets sick, motion sickness. She's pregnant, morning sickness and things like that. And he's eating a hamburger, and it totally grosses her out. When women are pregnant, certain things just make them want to just lose their stomach. And the eating of the hamburger and driving caused him to pull over because she couldn't take it anymore. As they're outside the car, they hear some distant voices in the tall grass. Help, help, I'm lost, help. It's a little boy. You're like, hey, what's going on? They're yelling at him, they're yelling back and forth. And this is when the movie gets really, really creepy and really strange. The first 30 minutes of this movie is fabulous. Like with all Stephen King movies, his premise is beautiful. The execution is something different. But they go into the tall grass looking for this boy, and once you enter the tall grass, you cannot escape. They're hearing different voices. They're hearing a man's voice, and the man's voice you hear is Patrick Wilson. You know him from Aquaman and also the Conjuring universe. Well, he's the father of the boy that's lost. He's looking for his son. His son's looking for him. The two young people are looking for the boy. Then you hear a woman's voice. It's the mother of the boy that's lost. You don't notice initially. You're just hearing different voices and the wind's blowing. There's like a howling sound that the grass makes. One of the men find a dead dog with maggots and flies. And it's really, really, really creepy. To make a long story short, once you go into the tall grass, there's no escape. You're going to be in there for days, weeks, perhaps even months. And anybody that drives by and hears voices, that's how they trap you. You hear voices, they pull you in, and you're trapped for good. And with all Stephen King movies, novels, and novellas, and magazine stories, there's always some type of entity or evil that makes things happen. Now, this is where Stephen King either lose you or keep you interested. There's a certain entity or evil that's in the middle of this tall grass that causes everything to happen. It could be ancient, it could be alien, you're not really sure, but the movie gets a little strange and weird, but still, I enjoyed myself. I didn't pay any monies. I was sitting at home chilling, and the movie has its moments, and it's a very short watch. Together with credits, it's like an hour and 41 minutes. It's a very short film. Is it the best? Of course not. Is it good for Halloween month? Absolutely. It stayed in my mind enough for me to do a review about this film, In the Tall Grass, on Netflix. If you haven't, give it a watch. Like I said, the first 30 minutes will pull you in, and it's pretty intriguing. But with all Stephen King films and books and novellas and things like that, he always has some type of entity either you agree with or not. Just like It Chapter 2. Once the dark, dead light started to appear, it lost me a little bit, just like the book did. No more Pennywise, no more clown. It's about this entity. And Stephen King's novels are always like that. There's an exceptional few that are perfect films, like The Shining. I thought it was a perfect film, even though Stephen King detests that film. Misery is a perfect film. I absolutely love Misery. So, my advice, just sit back and watch it. Give up an hour and 30 minutes of your time to see a Stephen King joint. It's not that bad. As always, thank you for tuning in and listening to my reviews. If you get a chance, click on to my latest videos. I released another episode of Compton is My City, my new documentary series that's appearing every month. And with that, I say thank you, like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends. And leave your comments down low. As not always, it's just my point of view.